Hey family, how are you? How are you doing today? I hope well. Um, I just wanted to come on here and make a video. I am healing from my flu. I'm getting better. It's like up and down. I feel like I'm getting better and then I, start to get weak or get, tired and stuff. But, it's slowly getting better. But I just wanted to come on here for a little bit. I've been posting my um, videos on YouTube and everything. And I guess I've just been going over the videos that I made, and it just make me think about, my time there and everything. Reminiscing on the things I've done and I've seen and that I've learned, what I've experienced and everything, and friendships that I made and the friendships that have become even stronger, you know. Yeah, and so it has encouraged me to just like move forward in my life and the direction I'm being led in. And that is me sharing my relationship that I have been keeping to myself for the most part. Like my family, my children, they know about King and everything. We don't talk about him very much. But they know about him, and they knew about him like years ago. But there wasn't a big discussion about him. He was mentioned, some, wasn't on board with it, and so we kind of just left it there. But now I'm in a space where, and in a time where I feel like it's time for me to share him and our future with everyone, and not to keep it, hidden anymore. And the only reason, I don't know if I say the only reason, it's not the only reason, but one of the most important reasons why I initially wanted to keep my relationship on a down low is because of negativity. Knowing that I needed to protect our relationship, and we needed time to strengthen our relationship, to get to know each other, to bond, to experience some things, to really connect with each other before letting other people, um, plant seeds that could, damage our relationship. So that was something that was very important to me, to know that I needed to protect our relationship. Because especially here in the States, it's frowned upon when one of us here decides to date or, get into a relationship, marry someone in Africa, because they're looked at as, in some type of way, like they're out to get something from you. There's just so much negativity connected to it. And so that's not something that I wanted to deal with. And I needed to make the decisions that I needed to make for me. And so now I'm in this space where now I've met him, and we're continuing to move forward, and we have bonded even more, since meeting. And so it is time to make our relationship open, and to have the conversations with my children um, about where this is going and everything. And, the conversations that me and King have had in our plans and stuff like that, just to keep them so that they are in a loop of what's going on in my head and, you know, um, what I am deciding for my future. So, yeah, this is a very exciting time. Excuse me. This is a very exciting time for me and King because we can see how God is really working in our lives and seeing how we are moving forward in our relationship. And all the crap we went through, like we have been through so much, and him and I will talk about that later. But in the 4 years that we have been together, we have both gone through so many things individually and together, and getting to know each other. And it has been a crazy roller coaster um, of just all kind of stuff, you know. And so we look at that, when we look back and we ask each other, we'd be like, can you believe, like, for one, we are still together. We are still holding strong. And this has been a long distance relationship for over 4 years. And we have only become stronger and stronger. And, that's not common, especially for a long distance relationship. I never wanted a long distance relationship. I didn't think it was something that I could do. But when God puts some things together, he'll give you the grace to be able to, get through it. And for over 4 years, it has been, before even meeting each other, that we've made it this far. And so that's why I say that we can see God moving, because it wasn't until just recent that God allowed us to even be able to meet, and people would be like, why haven't you gone, or why haven't he come, why haven't you met? And the thing is, both of us is firm believers in allowing God to guide our lives. And so we are on God's schedule, not our own. And so we have been waiting for the perfect time, the time that God wanted us to meet. And I'm telling you, when you wait on God, it can't help but to be right. And when we did meet, it was just like the whole time us meeting us together, it was just perfect. And it's crazy because we have been getting to know each other and talking to each other and telling each other everything. And that's a requirement, especially when you are in a long distance relationship, to have communication and to tell each other everything, even if it's things that you feel like the other person won't like, or they might get upset, or something. You have to still communicate with each other and tell each other everything. And you have to be open with each other, because it builds trust. And trust is like the biggest thing when you're in a long distance relationship. Trust is very big. And so communication is so important. And so that is something that we knew that we had to establish from the beginning. And, when I talk about King, I'm like, he has been consistent from the time I met him until today. He has not changed. He has always been very tempered. Like he just haven't changed. And meeting him, he's exactly the same person. So it was like us coming together. It wasn't like I was meeting a stranger. We were so comfortable with each other in every way possible. It's like we had been knowing each other, or we had been with each other for, for a long time. Like we was comfortable with each other. We wasn't embarrassed about anything. We were just so comfortable because like we knew each other. We just physically hadn't been together. So, and that was just a beautiful thing. And again, that's why it's so important to wait on God, to wait on God for that person that you are supposed to be with, that you're looking for, and to wait on God for when you are supposed to be with somebody, because we have to be prepared for it, and you don't know who this person may be, where they may be. So we have to, if we want a successful, purpose-filled, relationship, marriage, we have to wait on God. And so that's what our relationship has been based on, purpose. And we will get more into that, because now my page have turned into a page about him and I's how we met in our relationship, and us finally coming together. Because again, we always felt like, our story was something to be told. And now it is the time to tell it. And it is to encourage other people who have long distance or in long distance relationships, especially with somebody on a continent, and sometimes we feel like we have to hide our relationship because, like I did, didn't want to deal with any negativity. Um, but I want it to be common and all right, and to feel comfortable with deciding to be with somebody on a continent, um, and not feeling like, you're going to get all of this backlash and people are going to be talking about you. And so it needs to become normal, because it's like you can date anybody, anything that somebody can do on a continent, they can do it here, in the States. So it's like it shouldn't be this big thing. And I feel like we're not talking about it. I don't know. I watch a lot of YouTube pages, and a lot of people don't talk about, when they met their husband or their wife on the continent and how that went and everything. And I think that we kind of need that kind of community to be able to talk to each other about that and how you go about doing that, because it is something big. Like that's a big decision and everything, and sometimes it's hard doing it alone. And when you are in that long distance relationship, you're doing it by yourself. You don't really have anybody to talk to, because you don't want, to deal with people, saying all of these things and stuff like that. And I think there should be a community for that, for us to have the conversations and how you deal with things, and just to be able to network with each other. But this is what this page has become. And I feel like we feel like this is the direction that God has taken us into, talking about this and talking about our relationship and things like that. And hopefully it will help other people that is in a relationship or building a relationship with somebody on a continent in particular, because the continent gets such a bad rap. So we want to make it normal, um, to be able to date someone there and to build relationships, you know. And so yeah, I just wanted to get on here. And yes, this page will continue to go into depth and you know, what's been going on, what we are doing, our plans and stuff like that, our relationship. And if you know anybody that is in a long distance relationship, in particular to someone on a continent, um, guide them to this page and everything, and we can have these conversations about, you know, how to deal with certain things, and how to get through things, because it can be tough, you know. It can be tough, you know, dealing with certain things with, you know, these long distances, and not being able to talk to other people, family members and stuff like that. So I would like this to be like a community of us who, again, are dating someone on the continent. And we just need that family where we can have the conversations, and we can learn from each other and talk to each other and encourage each other and just love on each other and support each other and everything. So, yeah, again, we'll continue to post things, and I will talk to you guys soon. Share the page, like the page. Um, And I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you so much. Love you guys.